Now I'm going to start. Our today's topic is artificial hybridization. Our today's topic is artificial hybridization. So my question is, what is artificial hybridization? Do you have any idea about this? What is artificial hybridization?
अब हमको नहीं पता, भेज दिया, हम चला गया.
What is artificial hybridization? Any one of you? Any idea about it? Any of you? No response. Actually, artificial hybridization is made up of two words, artificial and hybridization. Hybridization means fusion, or we can say hybridization means fusion of gametes, fusion of male and female gametes. So in this category, when we artificially assist this process, this is called as artificial hybridization. And this one is very important approach, major approach of crop improvement program. With the help of this process, with the help of artificial hybridization, we can improve different crop varieties, we can introduce good characters in different varieties, like good we can say good food bearing capacity, good disease resistance capacity. So this one is very important in crop. This one is very important in crop improvement program. Clear? So now artificial hybridization. In artificial hybridization, what scientists can do in this? So there are two processes, emasculation and bagging. Emasculation and bagging, these two processes are the part of artificial hybridization. Clear? One experiment or one spotting is related with this in your practical examination. Artificial hybridization, comment on this spot, or you can say artificial hybridization, emasculation and bagging. These two processes generally occur in artificial hybridization. Okay. Now what is emasculation? Our next question is, what is emasculation? So the answer is removal of male reproductive part, removal of stamen from bisexual flower is called emasculation. Emasculation means क्या हो गया? Removal of male part, removal of anther, removal of stamen from bisexual flower is called emasculation. Clear? Why we remove this, or why any scientists remove this? What is the reason of removal?
सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन नहीं होगा. Sir, self pollination नहीं होगा.
हाँ, yes, to minimize or to मैंने कह सकते हैं in the chance of self pollination. Okay, तो removal of male part, removal of male reproductive part, removal of anther, removal of stamen from bisexual flower. The condition is bisexual flower. No need to remove male part from unisexual flower. Suppose a flower contain only male part, or if we remove this, so no need to remove this. But in case of bisexual flower, there is a chance of self-pollination, because both male and female flower, both male and female reproductive part possess in a single flower. So there may be a chance of self-pollination. To minimize this chance, removal of anther generally occur, and removal of anther is called, process of removal of anther is called emasculation. Clear? Now after emasculation, bagging is there. Normally butter paper bag, with the help of butter paper bag, we just cover that flower to ensure the or to prohibit to prevent the entry of unwanted pollen. grains, because pollen grains are in air, and after a few time pollen grains may settle on the stigma. So bagging is the process. By this we can prevent the entry of, the landing of unwanted pollen on stigma. Clear? And we just dust desired pollen on a stigma, and then again close the flower, again bag the flower with the help of butter paper, or more, or size depends on flower, big or small butter paper cover. So we just cover the flower, and one more process is there, not a process, one more step is there, tagging. We just tag all these things, means date of emasculation, time of emasculation, again dusting of time and date of dusting of pollen grains. So all record we just write on page and staple on that bag. So with the help of this we assure ourselves, or we assure this the process of pollination. As we need, we just spread the pollen grains on a stigma, and pollen grain germination occur. Our desired pollen grain germinate on a stigma, and further process of fertilization, take part in further process of fertilization. So this artificial hybridization is very important in crop improvement program. Clear? So three steps, you can say three steps: emasculation, bagging and tagging. Emasculation, bagging and tagging are the part of, steps of artificial hybridization. Out of three, emasculation is very important. Emasculation is very important because emasculation is the process of removal of male part, stamen or anther from flower. Clear? From bisexual flower. So this one is the process, very important process. Now our next topic is fertilization. Our next topic is fertilization. And suppose we just studied or discussed gametogenesis, formation of gametes or formation of gametophytes, like a pollen grains and embryo sac. Pollen grains and embryo sac, formation of pollen grains and embryo sac. Now next step was transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma, that is called as pollination. After pollination, a pollen pistil interaction. With a pollen pistil interaction, pollen tube germination or pollen tube formation will occur, and the fate of through style, pollen tube generally move towards ovary. And what is the reason of pollen tube formation? Pollen tube carries male gametes, and transfer of male gamete. This is because of transfer of male gamete from pollen grain to ovule, or for pollen grain to female reproductive part, ovary. So this is important. After that, the main process of sexual reproduction is fertilization. After that, fertilization. In case of angiospermic plant, the fertilization is called as double fertilization. एंजियोस्पर्मिक प्लांट में जो फर्टिलाइजेशन कहलाएगा, क्या कहलाएगा? डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थोड़ा सा जान लीजिए कि व्हाट इज द पाथ, what is the entry path. On the basis of entry of pollen tube in ovule, there are three types. So first one is porogamy. Porogamy means when ovule enter into when pollen tube enter into ovule through micropylar end, through micropylar pore. This process is called as porogamy. जनरली एग्जाम्पल इसका है लिली में जनरली पोरोगैमी ऑकर इन लिली. नेक्स्ट वन इज चेलेजोगैमी. In case of in this case, pollen tube enter into the ovule through chalazal end, and this is called as chelazogamy. Actually entry from where? this one is important. Site of entry is important, and gamete word we use for fusion or fertilization. Clear? So chalazogamy, porogamy, mesogamy is made up of two words. First is denoting entry point. Porogamy means entry point through micropylar end. Chalazogamy means entry point of pollen tube through chalaza, and mesogamy is between entry point is between chalaza and micropyle. So through integuments, when pollen tube enter into ovule through integuments, and this is called as mesogamy. So there are three paths. Generally, pollen tube follow three paths. Porogamy, direct enter through micropylar end or micropyle pore. Next one is chalazogamy, entry through chalaza, and the next one is mesogamy, entry through integuments. So all these three paths, generally pollen tube will follow these three paths, but for fertilization, pollen tube have to reach micropylar end. एंट्री चाहे किसी भी डायरेक्शन से हो, चाहे चलाजा, माइक्रोपाइल और इंटीगुमेंट, वो मूव करके माइक्रोपाइलर एंड पे आएंगे, बिकॉज माइक्रोपाइलर एंड कंटेन्स एग apparatus. Micropylar end of ovule contains egg apparatus. Egg apparatus is made up of one large egg cell and two subsidiary cells, we can say synergids. Two synergids and one egg cell, commonly called as egg apparatus. So in case of double fertilization, you can see this. Look at this diagram number C. Is it visible? Diagram number C, is it visible? Longitudinal section
Yes,
of
sir.
a flower showing growth of pollen tube. So this is the diagram showing porogamy. This is the diagram showing porogamy. Pollen tube generally enter into ovule through micropylar pore, yeah, through micropyle. So this is the diagram showing porogamy, or in rest of two cases it may be chalazogamy or mesogamy. It depends upon situation. Now fertilization. So you can see next two diagrams. You may see this. Wait a minute. To the point. Pollen grain, generally pollen tube reach up to micropylar end. Now for micropylar end, now next process is fertilization. So fertilization, generally pollen tube attached with one synergid. Generally pollen tube attached with one synergids, and filiform apparatus, generally puncture or कह सकते हैं generally it creates a hole, or it creates a rapture the pollen tube, and two male gametes comes out in synergids. Now fusion of this is the time of fusion of male and female gamete. This is the actual time of fertilization. Clear? In case of angiosperm, there is a term known as double fertilization. Why we can say double fertilization? There are two types of fertilization, because two male gametes are there. One fertilization is commonly known as generative fertilization or syngamy. One fertilization is commonly known as generative fertilization or syngamy. Generative fertilization or syngamy, and the next one is vegetative fertilization or triple fusion. Next is vegetative fertilization or triple fusion. Just recall the structure of embryo sac. Just recall the structure of embryo sac. Embryo sac, mature embryo sac is 7-celled and 8 nucleated structure. 7-celled means 3 cells on chalazal end known as antipodal cell, 3 cells on micropylar end known as egg apparatus, and two free nucleus or two free nucleus present in center position. That nucleus are known as polar nuclei. These two polar nuclei are haploid, generally haploid in nature. So the mature embryo sac is 7-celled structure. Now the two male gametes, one is going to fuse with one male gamete is going to fuse with female gamete or egg, and this process is called as generative fertilization or syngamy. This process is called as generative fertilization or syngamy. And the next one, when another male gamete move towards the center and fuse with polar nuclei, this one is called as vegetative fertilization or triple fusion. Vegetative fertilization or triple fusion. Clear? So two male gametes fuse or fertilized, fuse with two different nucleus or two different structure. This process is called as, that's why this process is called as double fertilization. Clear? Okay. And actually this process, double fertilization, was discovered by नवास्चिन. नवास्चिन 1898 में इन्होंने डिस्कवर किया था. नवास्चिन ने डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन की प्रोसेस को डिस्कवर किया. एंड डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन इज वेरी कॉमन इन dicot plants, in dicotyledonous plant, dicotyledonous angiospermic plant. Angiospermic plant, it's a very common process. Now, significance of double fertilization. What is the actual significance? एक फर्टिलाइजेशन से भी तो काम चल सकता था. What is the actual significance of this? Any one of you? Okay, the significance is actually formation of endosperm. Just next, second male gamete which fused with polar nuclei, that polar nuclei turn into, previously before fertilization, this one is called as primary endosperm nucleus, PEN. Just after fertilization, this one is called as primary endosperm cell. Just after fertilization, this one is called as primary endosperm cell. Now this one is triploid in nature, जो कि 3 nucleus fuse हुए हैं. So this one is triploid in nature, and this one further multiply, grow and develop into endosperm. एंडोस्पर्म कह सकते हैं स्ट्रक्चर है जो प्रेजेंट होगा इनसाइड ओव्यूल फॉर नरिशमेंट ऑफ डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो. तो द कॉन्सेप्ट इज कि एम्ब्रियो और फॉर्मेशन ऑफ जाइगोट, जस्ट आफ्टर फॉर्मेशन ऑफ जाइगोट और ड्यूरिंग दिस प्रोसेस, प्लांट ने और इसने पूरे सिस्टम ने क्या किया, एक अरेंजमेंट. दिस इज द अरेंजमेंट ऑफ नरिशमेंट फॉर डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो. If there is no endosperm, so how embryo will grow further? So formation of endosperm is very important, and with the help of fusion of one male gamete, the nature of this turned into triploid. Clear? 3N property, and now it acts as a nutrients. It provides nourishment to developing embryo. So this one is important, and this is the important significance of double fertilization, the formation of endosperm. Clear? Now post fertilization changes. What are the post fertilization changes? Any one of you? post fertilization changes. Look at this. Is it visible? This one is visible. This one
Yes,
is,
sir.
Yes, sir.
this is a post fertilization. This is a list of post fertilization changes generally occur in flower. Sepal fall down, but persist in few plants. For example, brinjal, melongena, solanum melongena. Petals fall down, stamens fall down, stigma and style fall down. Ovary turn into fruit. Ovary wall into pericarp or fruit wall. Ovules convert into seed. Outer and inner integument generally form seed coat. Outer and inner integument after fertilization generally these two coats turn into seed coat. Outer integument is known as testa, whereas inner integument is known as tegmen. Outer integument testa and inner integument tegmen. Micropyle is a pore which generally present after fertilization in seeds. Suppose you take a gram seed or any other seed, you'll see there is a pore. There is a pore, and that pore is known as micropylar pore. जो before fertilization ovule में था micropylar pore, now you can see it. आप अभी जाइए और after this class या after class उसमें today you can observe it. This कि grams में you can clearly see micropylar pore, and this pore is helpful in exchange of gases in seeds. So micropyle generally present in seeds also. Next one, nucellus. Nucellus, there is a the exact position of nucellus. Tell me the exact position of nucellus. Just beneath the integument. In ovule, outermost covering is integument, and just beneath the integument there is a layer which provides a nourishment to the developing embryo sac. That is called nucellus. There is a two condition if nucellus consumed, so no any issue. Normally nucellus consumed by developing embryo sac, but few times nucellus persist in after fertilization. Nucellus persist in seed, and this condition on this time, this one is known as perisperm. When nucellus persists, then it is called as perisperm. Oosphere or egg now convert into zygote, and zygote further convert into embryo after the process of development. Synergids generally present on micropylar end और कह सकते हैं just beside egg, or it's a part of egg apparatus. Now synergids degenerate. Next one, antipodal cells degenerate. Next one, central cell convert into endosperm. Central cell convert into endosperm. Again two possibilities are there. If endosperm persists in seed, the condition is called as albuminous seed. The condition is called as albuminous seed. And if endosperm is not present or not persist after fertilization, this is called as non-albuminous seed. This is called as non-albuminous seed. And you can see very clearly this one, non-residual endosperm generally present in pea groundnut, but albuminous endosperm you can see in wheat, maize, barley, castor, sunflower. That's why maize is called as very nutritive. Maize को हम treat करते हैं very nutritive because उसमें endosperm persist करता है. Albuminous situation is there after fertilization या seeds में endosperm या content उसका present होगा. And as you know, endosperm is generally nutritive in nature. That's why endosperm की presence से maize ज़्यादा nutritive बन जाता है. ठीक है? Next, our next topic is formation of endosperm. Formation of endosperm. You can see this. Look at this. Formation of endosperm. Normally, three types of endosperm generally present. जो primary endosperm nucleus turn into primary endosperm cell, and the nucleus of primary endosperm cell generally divide, or karyokinesis generally occur, and enormous amount it will form huge amount nucleus in huge amount in a particular cell. That type of endosperm is called as nuclear endosperm. That type of endosperm is called as nuclear endosperm. You can see this. Is it visible? This diagram is visible. This diagram is visible.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
first
sir.
type of nucleus is first type of endosperm is nuclear endosperm, where a single cell with enormous amount of nucleus generally present. So first type of endosperm is called as nuclear endosperm, whereas after few times or nuclear division, after nuclear division there is a plasmokinesis or cytokinesis will takes place, and after this there is a huge amount cells, formation of cells along with one nucleus and a small amount of cytoplasm, and that particular cell, central cell, is filled with many cells, many small cells, and that type of endosperm is known as cellular endosperm. Cellular endosperm. And the third category is halobial endosperm. In this situation, before formation, this situation is similar to nuclear endosperm, but division of two unequal cells generally occur in this endosperm. One is large, upper one is large, and lower one is small. Rest of characteristics are same as a nuclear endosperm. You can see coconut. You can in our different religious events, we just use coconut. So you can see this coconut. Inside coconut there is a white covering and a liquid part. Clear? That liquid part is nuclear endosperm, whereas white covering is known as cellular endosperm. So that's why बोला ये जाता है कि जो कोकोनट वाटर और नारियल का पानी न्यूट्रिटिव होगा, बिकॉज वो एंडोस्पर्म उसमें है, लिक्विड एंडोस्पर्म एंड सेलुलर एंडोस्पर्म. जो भी पार्ट हम कंज्यूम करते हैं वो लिक्विड एंड सेलुलर एंडोस्पर्म है, और these two are nutritive in nature. So that's why we categorize coconut water is a nutritive, कह सकते हैं लिक्विड और न्यूट्रिटिव ड्रिंक. कोकोनट वाटर को हम ट्रीट करते हैं. ठीक है, ये क्लियर हो गया. नेक्स्ट अगर आप बात करें फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एम्ब्रियो, नेक्स्ट वन इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एम्ब्रियो, और नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज फॉर्मेशन ऑफ normally formation of embryo. You can see in this there are different yes, yes, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it
Yes,
visible?
sir.
Embryo means embryo, zygote, fet of zygote is zygote turn into embryo, zygote turn into embryo. There are you can say post fertilization changes, formation of embryo, or different other processes generally occur after fertilization. So we can say these are the post fertilization structures and events. Number one, endosperm, formation of endosperm. Number two, development of embryo. Number three, maturation of ovule into seed. And number four, development of ovary into fruit. ये 4 इवेंट्स हैं जो कि जनरली आफ्टर फर्टिलाइजेशन होंगे, एंड वी कैन से पोस्ट फर्टिलाइजेशन इवेंट्स. कौन कौन से? नंबर 1, फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एंडोस्पर्म. नेक्स्ट इज डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एम्ब्रियो. नेक्स्ट थर्ड वन इज डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सीड from ovule. Fourth one is development of fruit, या ovary turn into fruit. So all 4 events are important. एंडोस्पर्म पे हमने डिस्कस कर लिया. नाउ फॉर्मेशन ऑफ एम्ब्रियो. जाइगोट, वी कैन से जाइगोट इज द फर्स्ट डिप्लॉयड सेल. जाइगोट फर्स्ट डिप्लॉयड सेल है. Actually, 1 minute is more, so we'll discuss this tomorrow. Now you can ask any question.